On a cold winter night, 5 friends gathered at an old cafe in the city. They were exchanging stories about mysterious events and unexplained incidents. Everyone had a tale to share, but Khalid, the bravest among them, proposed an idea that sparked both excitement and fear. "What if we visit the abandoned house at the edge of the old neighborhood? People say it's haunted, and strange things happen there every night." The group turned to him in shock and unease. But their adventurous spirits eventually won over their fear, and they agreed to take on the challenge. While some were thrilled, others felt chills running down their spines. The journey into the unknown. At midnight, the friends set off toward the abandoned house. From a distance, the place seemed menacing. The tall trees surrounding it swayed with the wind, casting eerie shadows on the ground. The house itself looked alive, its broken windows appearing like eyes watching their every move. Ali, who was trying to appear calm despite his growing anxiety, said, "All right, we're here to uncover the truth. Let's not mess with anything." Ahmed replied with a faint smile, trying to mask his nervousness. "If you're scared, we can always go back now." They all laughed, though the tension in the air was palpable as they approached the creaking front door. Khalid pushed the door open with difficulty, and it let out a loud creak, almost like a warning scream. As they stepped inside, a foul smell of mold and dust overwhelmed them. The walls were cracked, and the ceiling looked like it might collapse at any moment. They cautiously explored the ground floor with their flashlights, illuminating the way. Everything was unnaturally silent, as though they had entered another world. But soon, things started to take a strange turn. In one of the rooms, they found a small wooden box, seemingly placed there deliberately to catch their attention. When they opened it, they found old photographs of a family of 4. The people in the pictures were smiling, but as the flashlight moved, the eyes in the photos seemed to follow their every move. Layla, the most easily frightened among them, shrieked, "This isn't normal. Close the box right now." But Khalid, ever the daring one, said, "Maybe it's just an optical illusion. No need to panic." As they continued exploring, faint whispers began to fill the air, coming from the upper floor. They turned to each other, trying to determine the source of the sounds, but deep down, they knew something was wrong. Layla clutched Ahmed's arm and asked, "Do you think someone's here? Maybe this house isn't as empty as we thought." Khalid replied firmly, "We're not leaving until we uncover the truth." They climbed the creaky wooden stairs cautiously, each step echoing loudly in the stillness. At the end of the corridor was a partially open door, almost inviting them in. Ali pushed the door open carefully, revealing a room filled with old, dusty mirrors. At the center of the room stood a massive mirror that looked surprisingly new compared to the others. As they approached it, they noticed their reflections appeared distorted. Their faces looked different, and their eyes glowed with an unnatural red light. Suddenly, the mirror began to emit a strange, low whisper, speaking in incomprehensible languages. Then, it started shaking violently before shattering into thousands of shards that flew in every direction. Panic overtook them, and they rushed downstairs. But to their horror, the front door, left open when they entered, was now locked tight. Ahmed frantically tried to force the door open, shouting, "We need to get out of here. This place isn't normal." Just then, heavy footsteps echoed from the upper floor. They knew whatever was up there wasn't human. In a moment of desperation, the door suddenly swung open on its own, as though an invisible force had decided to let them go. They bolted out of the house and didn't stop running until they reached their cars. Days later, the friends researched the history of the house. They discovered that a family had lived there 50 years ago but had mysteriously vanished. Since then, the house remained abandoned, with rumors circulating about strange sounds and frightening events experienced by those who dared to enter. The friends knew what they had experienced was real. Even as time passed, they couldn't forget that terrifying night. None of them ever dared to return to that cursed house.